Hello friends, today we will study effect of hooks on combing operation. In this lecture we will study that what is the effect of hooks on combing operation and what are the chances that hooks will be straightened or not. So in this diagram it is shown that leading hooks are presented to the half lap. Suppose the lap contains a leading hook and it is presented to the combing cylinder or half lap in the way it is shown in the diagram, then what will happen? So it is very clear that chances of straightening are there and there is a possibility that hook will be straightened out by half lap. So if leading hooks are presented to the comber in the lap sheet, then chances are there in the comber machine that they will be straightened. Whereas if trailing hook is presented to the half lap, then we can observe clearly that chances are very less that it will be straightened. If trailing hook is presented to the half lap, then there are very few or very low chances or no chances there that it will be straightened out. It will pass as it is. So from these two diagrams, we can conclude that if trailing hook is, if leading hook is presented to the half lap, chances are there it will be straightened out. Whereas if trailing hook is presented to the half lap, then chances are very less that it will be straightened out. Now let us take the example of the drafting system. Because hooks can be straightened only in the combing or drafting operation. That's why we are studying these two operations. Suppose a leading hook is presented to the drafting system, 3/3 drafting system, then what will happen? Whether it will be straightened out or not. Whether there are any chance of straightening or not. So in this diagram, it is clear that if a leading hook is presented, then it will pass as it is to the front roller and there are very less chances it will be straightened. So in case of drafting system, leading hook will pass as it is and very less chances of straightening are there. In this diagram, now we are studying that if trailing hook is presented to the drafting system, then what chances are there of straightening? You can see that in this 3/3 drafting system, in the back zone, the draft is generally 1.2 to 1.8, 1.9, and in the front zone, the draft of 4, 6, or it may be more also. So when the front edge of the fiber is reaching the front roller nip, all of a sudden it will feel a jerk and its speed will increase 4 times, 6 times, depending upon the draft employed. And the fiber will feel a jerk, its speed will increase all of a sudden. And due to this jerk and cohesion of the fiber with the surrounding fibers, the chances of straightening are there. As fiber is surrounded by other fibers, So there are chances that it will get straightened in the front zone when it is passing through the front roller. So from this discussion, we can also conclude that if it is a combing operation, then it is better if leading hooks are fed to the comber. And in case of drafting, the chances of straightening are there if trailing hooks are presented to the drafting system. As you know, the hooks are not favorable, not desirable. They are cause of imperfections and unevenness and hairiness also. So if the yarn is containing straight fibers, it is better, it will be regular and even, and hairiness will be less. So what are the chances of straightening? The chances of straightening are more if leading hooks are fed to the comber and trailing hooks are fed in the drafting system. Now we will study the case combed yarn. We will study two cases, combed yarn and carded yarn. Now our object is that what is the desirable situation in case of combed yarn and carded yarn? As all of us know that hooks are produced in the carding sliver, in the carding machine. And most of the hooks produced on the carding machine are trailing hooks. Then if we are having a choice, then how many number of machines should be used so that hooks are straightened out? So in this diagram, it is shown that doffer of the card, from this doffer, the web is coming out and maximum number of trailing hooks are produced in the web are trailing hooks. Then these trailing hooks are fed to the card can, and when they are again sliver is taken out from the card can and fed to the sliver lapper, then reversal takes place and they become leading hooks. So it means whenever we put a material in the can or any other package, then reversal takes place. Then the leading hooks are fed to the sliver lapper and lap is formed. And when this lap is unwound and fed to the ribbon lapper, again trailing hooks are fed. A lap is formed at the ribbon lapper and which is unwound again at the comber machine and fed to the comber. Lap sheet is fed. So now leading hooks are fed to the comber. Again, it is a desirable situation that if leading hooks are presented to the comber, then chances of straightening are there and we will get good yarn qualities and fabric qualities. From this discussion, we can conclude that number one, after every machine, there are reversal of hooks. And if there are even number of passage or machine between card and comber, then it is good situation, desirable situation that hooks will be straightened out. Then chances are there that hooks will be straightened out in comber. If odd number of machines are used between card and comber, then the situation will be different. Trailing hooks will be fed and chances of straightening are less. So in case of combed yarn, even number of passages between card and comber are desirable, and we should try that even number of machines should be used. And that we are doing in the industry. Either we are using sliver lapper, ribbon lapper, 2 machines, or draw frame lap former, 2 machines. So if we use 2 machines, then it is good from hook straightening point of view. Next situation is carded yarn. In case of carded yarn, what happens? The web is coming from the dropper, and as we know that most of the hooks produced as trailing hooks, they are fed to the card can. And when the sliver is taken out from the card can to the first drop frame, leading hooks are fed. And then material is taken to the first drop frame can, and when it is taken out, again it becomes trailing hooks. Then it is fed to the can of the second drop frame, and when it is taken out, they become leading hooks to the simplex, and then the material is going to the roving, and when the roving is withdrawn on the next machine, ring frame, trailing hooks are fed. So we have already seen that in case of drafting, if trailing hooks are fed to the drafting system, it is a desirable situation because the chances of straightening are there. So from this diagram, we can conclude that if between card and ring frame, odd number of machines are used, then it is a desirable situation, and trailing hooks will be fed to the drafting system of the ring frame, and chances of hook straightening are there. As we know that the maximum draft is at the ring frame stage, so more is the draft, more chances of straightening are there. And if trailing hooks are fed to the drafting system of the ring frame, then chances of straightening are more. So from all this discussion, we can conclude that number one, that after every machine, there is reversal of hooks. As we know, trailing hooks are more in card sliver. So then as we are using the machines, reversal of hooks takes place after every machine. And if it is a carded yarn, then odd number of machines between card and ring frame should be used, because in this case, trailing hooks will be fed to the drafting system of the ring frame, and chances of straightening of hooks are there. And if it is a combed yarn, then even number of machines between card and comber should be used so that leading hooks are fed to the comber machine. In this case also, the hooks, chances of hook straightening are more. So with this, we finish our today's lecture, that effect of hooks on comber machine and drafting system. Thank you.